I met my wife's ex, and I want them back together. I've been with my wife Sarah for almost a year now. She never talks about her ex-boyfriend Marcus, like ever. The only thing I know about him is they have a 6-year-old daughter named Lily, who Sarah picks up every weekend, or Marcus drops off at our place. Last month, Lily won first place in her school science fair. Marcus called Sarah to organize a celebration lunch because Lily specifically wanted her mom there. Sarah asked me to come along. I hesitated at first because meeting the ex-boyfriend felt weird, but she kept insisting it would be totally fine. Sunday came, and we drove to Marcus's house. The whole way there, my chest felt tight. I kept picturing this awkward scenario where he'd size me up or make comments about being the new guy. But the second he answered the door, all my anxiety disappeared. Marcus greeted us with the most genuine smile. He was relaxed, truly welcoming, and immediately called Lily over to show me her volcano project like it was the coolest thing in the world. No posturing, no tension, just pure warmth. His house completely threw me. It felt like an actual home. Everything was thoughtfully arranged but comfortable. It smelled like coffee and cinnamon. There were Lily's science fair ribbons pinned to a corkboard, her books organized by color on a shelf, photos of her growing up covering an entire wall. It had this sense of belonging that our apartment has never had. While Sarah and Lily started working on a puzzle at the dining table, I followed Marcus to the kitchen and offered to help with lunch. He smiled and said he had it handled, then kindly suggested I go hang out with the girls instead, so I did. Lunch was amazing. Marcus made these gourmet grilled cheese sandwiches with tomato soup and fresh fruit. During the meal, I just watched them. Sarah and Marcus weren't romantic, but they weren't distant either. They had this natural flow. They'd hand things over without being asked, laugh at references I didn't get, co-parent Lily with this seamless coordination. What really hit me was how they handled Lily together. She'd ask the wildest questions like, how do birds know where to fly? Or, why do we dream? And both of them would stop everything to answer her thoughtfully. They'd build on each other's explanations, never dismissing her curiosity. Lily was so confident, so bright, so happy. You could see she was raised by two people who genuinely put her first. Marcus asked me about my life too, what I do for work, where I grew up, how Sarah and I met. He actually engaged with what I said, asked real follow-up questions, made me feel heard in a way that felt almost uncomfortable because it was so sincere. But then I noticed something that made my throat tight. The way Sarah looked at Marcus when he was explaining something to Lily about volcanoes. There was this softness in her eyes mixed with something deeper, longing, real longing, the kind that stays even when you try to move on. And Marcus, he'd watch Sarah sometimes when she was braiding Lily's hair, and I saw the exact same expression, like they were both carrying the weight of something precious they'd given up. Sarah has never looked at me that way, not even once. When we were about to leave, Marcus went to his office and came back with 2 wrapped books. He handed one to Sarah for Lily and one to me. He said he remembered I mentioned wanting to get into woodworking, but not knowing where to start, so he grabbed me a beginner's guide from his favorite shop. That gesture completely shattered me. This guy, who had every reason to see me as a threat, was showing me more thoughtfulness than most people in my life do. The drive home was silent. I kept replaying everything. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore. I turned to Sarah and asked her what really happened between them when they clearly had such an incredible daughter and still had feelings for each other. She stared out the window, her jaw clenched. Then, after what felt like forever, she said the words that made my heart sink. We're not actually divorced yet. We've just been separated for 10 months. We're still figuring things out. I couldn't process it. I asked her what that meant. She said they separated because she got a job offer in another city, because they were arguing about the future, because they thought distance would give them clarity. But watching them together today, I knew the truth she wasn't saying. They still love each other. They're still a family, and I'm just the distraction she's been using while avoiding the real decision she needs to make. I don't know what to do now.